So I'm not gonna lie, my life looks completely different right now. And I just feel like I really just need to reintroduce myself. I need to talk to you all. And if you've been here before, if you're new, if you kind of just seen my channel scrolling, just know I do this. I used to be outside a lot. I used to go to a lot of events. I was doing the red carpet thing. I was interviewing your favorite celebrity, okay? On top of all of that, I was still doing beauty content, hair content, makeup content, fashion content, whatever content there was. I was like, I'm gonna do it, I can do it, and I'm gonna be the best at it. But that's not what we're doing here. I'm not trying to be the best at everything. I am trying to focus and be grounded because life looks different for me right now. So in July, I recently got engaged. And this was literally like a really big turning point just for my life. Because for me, it made reality kind of sink in, like, okay, we have responsibilities now. We have to start planning a wedding. We have to start planning, just moving. We have a family. We have all these things that we have to start planning for. And not for nothing, I just feel like I have a gift, and my gift comes from my hands. And I literally feel like I can make anything happen with my hands. Hence why I move them a lot. But between sewing, doing my hair, doing my makeup, and all the things, it makes me proud of who I am, but it also makes me scared of who I am or who I will become. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. On this channel, I've done all the things. And I don't know if you all notice, but consistency actually matters, okay? If you're saying you want to be the biggest beauty influencer, you have to do beauty content. If you want to be the biggest fashion influencer, you have to do fashion content. Not 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things and expecting people to come back and to continue to pour into your channel the way you're pouring into it. And that's where I fell off. I feel like all of the things that I was doing, there was no real structure. I had no plan. I had no notes. I was winging it. And to be honest, I was doing a lot of things because I seen someone else doing it. When I moved to Atlanta, I always thought of opportunity. I always thought I'm going to be able to do more than what I was doing when I lived in Boston. If y'all don't know, I moved from Boston to Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta for 5 years now, and I can definitely say I have to appreciate where I've been, and I have to appreciate where I'm going. Sometimes I get stuck in the now, but before, I was chasing something that I knew I should not have been chasing. I had a great job when I moved out here, and I switched in having a real nice, stable job to running around Atlanta and following a dream. And nothing's wrong with following your dream, y'all. But the reality is, if you're going to follow your dream, have a plan. And I don't think I actually had a real plan. I knew I could make videos. I knew I was good at editing. But at the end of the day, the numbers did not look right. I did not see the return on a lot of things that I was doing. I ended up working with a hair brand. That was good until it wasn't good. That's another story for another day. And that kind of took me to a place where I kind of felt like I was not good enough. And you definitely should not let people define who you are. But it just made me think, like, if I'm not making it on YouTube, I'm not making it on TikTok or Instagram, and I'm not making it with the brands, then what's the problem? With the brand, it was not me though, for sure. But it was this idea that I thought I could do everything, and not for nothing, trying to build something out of nothing is very hard. You're going to have nights where you might go broke. There are going to be times where you ain't going to have the payment for your car and end up getting repoed. That's another story for another day. But I had to look back on those things. And when I got with my now fiance, he definitely made me put a lot of things in perspective on what I want to do. And he's always given me great advice, great ideas. But I'm like, I want to do things that fulfill me fully. Yes, it is a lot of work to edit and do X, Y, and Z, but I want to do what fulfills me. And that is the beauty content. So I traded in the entrepreneur life to having stability, okay? I was a nanny, now I'm an educator. And I love that because that's stability, all right? I also create content on the side for different brands, but I am only sticking to one brand right now. I don't want to be doing your brand when I also have my own brand. So that's important as well. And with this journey, the biggest part is actually growing my hair, okay? I feel like I have struggled with growing my hair. I have not been, I would say, consistent with my hair, just like I have not been consistent with this YouTube thing. And it is time. Right now is the time for me to take back that control, to get on a system, to get on a routine so I can see growth in all areas of my life, including my hair. I want to see growth in my channels. I want to see growth in my supporters. And that is going to take work and it's going to take a routine. So I'm really excited about where this is going because y'all, I've been thinking about this for days, for months, of how I am going to come back, and not even come back, just bring back the content that is actually working for me and for the supporters who are watching me. So on this channel, yes, you are going to see everything, but one, you're going to see consistency, okay? You're going to see the vlogs, you're going to see the beauty, and you're going to see the lifestyle. But it's all going to tie into a way where I am growing as a person. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter of the obstacles that you are going through. Just know if you have a routine, if you have a system, it's going to work out in your favor. Now, when I look at having a consistent job, I see the growth in my bank account, okay? And I see the growth in the relationships that I'm making. But y'all, the biggest thing is growing this hair, okay? I'm trying to grow this hair 6 inches in 6 months, and y'all are gonna take this journey with me. I hope y'all enjoy this journey. There's gonna be so much that we're going to be doing when it comes to just living my life. And I hope that encourages anybody out there to live their own life. Because y'all, I've been through everything. You could just name something in the comments. Have you been through this? I will say yes, I have been through it. Heartache, the bank account, living situation, the friends, all of the things. And I'm not gonna break myself or my hair into trying to fit into this box. I'm going to make sure I'm aiming for all the goals that I set my mind to. I'm going to make sure I have God first. And I just want to make sure that I'm creating content that resonates with me and not because I've seen somebody else do it. I'm doing this because I enjoy it, I like it, and I think that is very encouraging for whatever generation ends up watching these videos. So this is me starting over. This is me being consistent. And this is me giving y'all a system that's actually going to work.